In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only war. All across the Imperium, there are shadow wars fought in the darkest places of the galaxy, where only the light of the God Emperor can shine truth. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 of Wrath and Glory, Warhammer 40,000 tabletop role-playing game. I'm your games master, Mark Sherlock Humes, and I'm joined here by the Tabletop Tactics team on the Tabletop Tactics channel. It's a fun time. We are jumping back into our adventure as our team of Inquisitorial agents have been sent to the hive world of Vexis Coil on Gilead Primus to locate a missing Inquisitorial informant by the name of Antonius Gavel, who sent a brief but interrupted Vox communication implying that there was some activity of the ruinous powers at work, and you've been sent to track down this informant, locate them, and then follow through on whatever disaster they've found happening in this world. And that is where we're going to be jumping back in today. You had just previously fought off, after investigating the safe house, a number of local workers bearing sort of scavenged arms and armor, including some pretty heavy weaponry, made their way and attacked you in an ambush while you investigated the safe house, including summoning a fellow worker that they referred to as Big Ed. Big Ed. Who seemed to be a mutant or something else. You find yourselves on this deserted street of Vexis Coil in Skiller's Grasp, a sort of hab zone of the Sector Imperialis. There are bodies now strewn about this place. The Prometheum tank that had been erupted in flame has burnt itself empty. The streets have been scattered of any civilians, leaving just the four of you badly wounded, but alive with your investigations to continue.
You're on death's door,
well,
aren't you?
I've now retracted this blade from Big Ed's trap, as it were, and I pretty much collapsed just past him.
Conscious, but
barely. Ear is just like pumping out blood.
Having watched you get flattened, I'll immediately run over, and because I have the medikits.
Please.
Yeah. Now, because I've got a really high Medicae.
Yes.
Well, not really high, it's fine. Because we're like sort of like doing a mini rest, I can just automatically heal.
So what we're going to do is we're going to treat this as what's called a regroup, which is a short rest. You don't automatically heal or anything like that, but if you have somebody trained in Medicae with a Medikit, they can automatically restore hit points to one character, and they will get your Medicae rating, so 5 wounds back, basically.
Don't want this to be Kradd's choice, because I'm aware you're also very wounded, Seraphina, but I feel you are literally dying.
Yes,
that's probably
dying.
True, yeah.
Also, I feel like for Kradd, he'd be like, I know how to fix a human, not sure about the sister, so I'll just start patching you up.
I'll just collapse against a wall and...
Your power armor is basically injecting you with enough like stimulants and drugs to keep you going.
Can I try? Can I then do a regular test to try and help?
I will allow it. So yeah, absolutely. So you kind of finish patching up. This does mean that we'll come to Vorch, because I want to know what Vorch is up to while all this is going on. But you're just sort of laying there, Haythan, and in sort of consciousness, your mind is just flashing back to things, and you can hear the roar of that Prometheum tank. And again, we see this beautiful gilded estate at the top of a spire, the lap of luxury, and then we sort of get a smash cut and it's all on fire, and we hear screaming from within, and we see black armored troopers with flamers and lasguns breaching through rooms, clear, moving through as we see that kind of flash as you're coming in and out of consciousness as you're being patched up, basically. We hear the cry of a woman screaming, "Get him out of here! Get him out of here!" And you remember sort of being bustled through a door and thrown elsewhere. As that happens, give me a Medicae roll here, Sergeant Major Kradd. With your wrath die as well.
Oh yeah, it's in there.
Oh good.
This could all go horribly wrong. It's not gone horribly wrong, but that is 2 out of 5 successes.
2 out of 5 successes. So that would be, you would restore 3 wounds, I think.
Not bad.
That's good.
I'm terribly sorry, sister. I've not really aided your types in the
You can apply. You know how to apply like a burn
Yeah,
salve and like things like that. Also, you notice that part of the power armor has been cracked from that heavy stubber round that would have torn any normal guardsman apart, but has cracked the sister, and there's blood leaking out of that. So you inject like an anticoagulant or like a coagulant and get that kind of sorted and
You
situated.
could just like pass me around.
Yeah, I'll probably just give you the medipack.
So as you're kind of attending to that, Vorch, what's Vorch up to?
Well,
while
Vorch
all
is
this
sort
is
of
happening.
stumbling over to the rest of them. One of his barnacks has been knocked by one of the grenade blasts previously, so it's sort of bleeding and being a bit like. He's in his pouch. He's managed to get out like a field like spray glue kind of thing to like just very basically patch it up so it doesn't fall out later on. So he's a bit battered and bruised, but he knows how to maintain himself.
And you're just going to come over and sort of join the team whilst you're waiting for them to be patched up.
Going over though,
Yes.
as I go towards them, because I shot that fella in the back, which is a special move we learn in the
Scum Underhive.
School.
Yeah,
The other thing we learned in Scum School was to make sure that we rifle through the pockets of the people that we murder. Nice blood. So the what I'm presuming was the leader that was telling Big Ed to kill us.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a little rifle around his pocket, see what I can find.
Yeah, so you sort of rummage through. Give me an investigation roll on this. You're
It
going to
would
find
be my
something
pleasure.
anyway.
Investigation.
Yes, you're going to find something no matter what, but I want to see if you find any extra bits and
Can
bobs.
I also just confirm your tin of spray, which it was WD-40?
Well, it's actually very close to my canister of rot gut brewed from corpse starch and jet coolant.
So it is WD-40k, yeah.
That is a 5 and my raft dice was a 6.
5 and a Wrath Die was a 6, so that's 3 successes.
Yeah.
But you get the Wrath Die critical.
I do.
So that is, you're going to find some extra
Critical
stuff.
pillage.
So you rummage through, and you can tell already that this worker is of a more senior status to the others. Their uniform is a bit neater, is less stained. They seem to be a little bit more well kept about themselves. And you also remember from the fight that they were a lot more cognizant than these other workers. Like they did not seem right. You find an ident card, an ident tag for this guy that identifies him as Jansen Bors. And he seems to work at a chem factory, a chem factorium called Opus Venom 88.
Oh,
Okay.
And it identifies him as a sluice line chief operator.
Lucy.
Yeah, sluicy.
Opus Venom 88.
Venom, but not spelled like Venom, it's Venum.
UM.
Opus Venom 88.
Num, 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 num.
And he has that on his uniform and this ID tent, which is basically like an ID badge. Like he was clearly like a sort of line chief or line worker of some factorum line. You also find 2 other things with that critical. You notice he had like an auto pistol and like this kind of fire axe, like a kind of modified fire axe. The fire axe has some weird graffiti on it, and when you look at it, Vorch, I need you to make a conviction test. Those symbols hurt your eyes to look at.
Conviction.
Conviction is only 2. I'm afraid.
Vorch!
Now, your glory and wrath carries over. So Vorch has a point of wrath, and you do have a pool of glory currently. But he's just rolling. I love it.
Should have picked the glory.
Oh no!
Or the rat. 2 fails.
Well, could you mark a corruption point?
Oh, butts.
Please.
That doesn't sound good.
Heresy!
There is.
Please, sister, no.
They're quite beautiful, the graffiti, but it hurts your eyes to look at, and you sort of have to blink. It almost looks like it's sort of melting, the art, and then you blink and it's static. Okay. And they're just sort of carved in and painted on symbols. But also, as you're kind of rummaging through Jansen's pockets, you roll up his sleeve, and you do notice that he has a tattoo. You remember something that Haythan asked you to keep an eye out for, which was like any symbols of a chalice. And you see a jade, like a green chalice being tipped over, and black tar is pouring out of it.
I see. Well, that's fun. I'm going to put the axe down.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to throw the axe away. No more axe. And I'm going to go over and relay what I've seen to my companions.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, by this point, I think Haythan, you've like fully come to like you've been injected with something to like wake you up as stimulant. Your wounds have been patched. The ear has now got like a seal skin sort of patch on it to like prevent the bleeding. You are going to be missing the lower half of your ear from now on.
Nice.
Sister Seraphina, you had like a bit of anti-burn sort of ointment placed upon it and a patch for the wound. But yeah, looking pretty rough and beaten up here. But this is going to count as a regroup, which is like a little short rest.
Thanks for the assist, Sergeant.
Welcome as always.
Nice shooting.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to poke the skin of Ed with my knife because I was quite surprised that the hotshot lads didn't immediately penetrate his head.
Yeah, you go to
I
kind
want to
of
investigate.
you press the knife in, and it takes so much force. It's like rubber, this skin, and when it does puncture through, the smell that just erupts, and the blood is way too thick, and it just reeks of rot and unpleasantness.
Yeah, I say it wasn't your aim that was off. This
He's not
thing
right.
was riddled with some sort of toxin. Have a look, and I tear some of the overalls away to show all of these puncture marks where all of these needles.
There's also all these lesions and boils.
I'm going to be careful to not actually touch those. Just
Wash your hands.
I'm just be real careful. I don't want you getting any ideas.
I don't want to. You said you're being
No
careful.
corruption here.
No corruption, right?
Oh yeah, I stayed away.
corruption.
Stayed away from the witch hunter over there.
Corruption. But yeah, he's not right. Despite everything he just did, but yeah, clearly something else is going on here.
Well, he was clearly a creature that was made. He wasn't born this way. I mean, the scum certainly are mutated, but not like this. This is not something I've seen before.
There's something's going on here. Seen anything like this, sister, on your travels?
Have you, sister? You've fought the enemies of humanity before.
This is very different to the things that I have fought in the past.
Fair enough. No more questions asked on that front.
Well, everyone's too scared to talk
Yeah,
to me.
basically. Hey, look,
But yeah, you can. I think it would take a very long time for enforcers to even investigate this.
Yeah.
This is the hive. They are not fussed about this. This is not the upper hive. So it's
standard Tuesday.
maybe in like 2 days' time they'll come by and collect the bodies and throw them in the starch vats and things like that. But
Nice.
there's very little rush here. So if you want like to do anything else, if you have any more questions, otherwise I would like to ask what you intend.
I imagine I'd remark on them being surprisingly well armed for dock workers, given we had a grenade launcher and a heavy stubber. So they're being funded by someone.
We know where they've come from.
Yeah, exactly.
Got their little ID card.
Oh, so you've relayed that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Opus Venom 88.
Have you mentioned the chalice?
Aye.
Okay.
Did you want to look at it?
Yeah. So the minute you say that, relay that, say. So the chalice is significant. Let me go and take a look. I go over to the corpse and...
Yeah, when you look at this tattoo, Haythan, you remember once your mother was quite an artist, an accomplished artist, and you often remember her painting in her parlor. And sometimes her paintings were very strange. And you've seen this tattoo years and years and years ago. In a beautiful kind of mosaic, that chalice, the green chalice, the one your mother painted was more crystal and beautiful, and as it tipped, it almost looked like dark wine, but it's almost identical to what you see now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's like an intake of breath, I see it, but then my face drops. I don't relay any of this to you. I'm going to take out the monoscope recorder that I have. I'm just going to record the symbol.
Yeah, sure.
Just that we've got it.
Yeah.
I sort of deface the symbol by cutting right through it.
Splits it in half.
Then I make the sign of the Aquila and I walk away.
You walk away from it, absolutely. We'll also remember, I think because Kradd, you spotted it, you remember that up in the safe house, those words, second chances, do remind you as well. That was, it seemed to be a very desperate, maybe act of haste done in a panic. But yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I think we should get to this venom, shouldn't we?
Based on the fact they seem to have far more weaponry than they should have, based on them being just dock hands, I think we probably head down the factory, see what we can shake loose.
Yes, agreed.
If there's even any hint of heresy, it must be rooted out, squashed.
Would I know where it is? Being
Scum.
scum.
Sorry, I'll stop.
I've not mentioned it once. You keep reminding me very clearly. I know I'm scum.
I don't know if you would know exactly, because there are hundreds of factoriums, thousands of these things inside. But I think you would know at least a place to start looking.
Can I use my again?
You can, I think, because you can use that. I'd say it's a new session.
I'm going to call upon Moxley this time.
Moxley, okay.
Not old Ratskin.
Moxley.
Ratkin.
Ratkin.
He's not the right contact.
No, he's not the right contact.
It's not the right contact.
Many rats.
Okay. You initiate the kind of code sequence again. Yeah, exactly. You get a confirmation and you hear, "All right, darling, what's going on here then?" Just using my frequency.
Hello, hello, Moxley.
Oh, is that? It can't be Marrick. Is it Marrick Vorch?
The very same.
Oh, if it isn't handsome young man.
Oh, you know. Aye.
By the throne. I thought you were dead.
Well, most people do think I have deceased, but
They say you got eaten by some sort of mutant down in Underhive.
It's purely rumour and speculation.
Oh, well, it's lovely to hear from you again, eh?
Oh yes.
All right, what can I do for you, Vorch?
Well, I keep forgetting how my voice is supposed to go. I'm looking for Opus Venom 88. Don't know where to go.
Yeah, you got any more information for me? Not a lot to go on.
Well, my voice box seems to be malfunctioning as well. Looking for, I found an ID card for Chief Sluice Line Operator. We got assailed, we did, by some scrupulous unscruples.
Well, you are in the coil, friend. You're not going to make any friends in here.
Aye.
Sluice line, that sounds like a chem plant. Let me pull up the records. You hear ruffling of paper, which would be quite an unusual sound, like a file of facts, almost like rummaging through. Eventually she's just like, oh, hey, it looks like, it's a chem factory owned by, let's see here, House Yarrow, one of the minor noble houses. It's in the, you'll find it in the depths, sub-level 97, just on the northern side of the hive.
Lovely jubbly.
Oh,
thank you, Moxley. Always a pleasure, Moxley.
Oh, I'm glad you're not dead.
No, not yet. Not yet. They've tried once before, but they ain't got me yet, have they, Moxley?
No, well, that's it. Us old ones have to stick together.
Oh, right. Oh, by the way, there's no, he's completely, blank-faced.
Yes.
There's no humour in his face, and he's just got circles for eyes, so this looks really weird.
We can hear you talking to just yourself.
We can't hear Moxley though, can we?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Moxley's in my ear roll.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, you take care of yourself, Moxley.
You too, Vorch. Enjoy.
Toodaloo.
Yeah.
Something useful from your contact?
Aye, lad. I know where to go. Into the depths. Into the gloom.
Oh, it sounds fun.
Yes.
Does ever lead the way?
Oh, yes. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, with Marrick Vorch leading the way, you swiftly descend, taking, once again, traveling through the hive takes a little bit of time. Not quite long enough for a long rest, unfortunately.
Sure, we can take the scenic route.
I mean, if you want to take a short, you could take a rest somewhere if you would like, absolutely.
I personally am eager to get to the heresy to purge it.
You make your way down, finding that sub-level 97 is made up of all sorts of factoriums and refineries and generators. It seems to be generating a lot of the external power of the Vexus Core, this section of the Hive City. You eventually come across it as you sort of move across a large bridge which stretches out down below, all this different crisscrossing of bridges leading to all the different factoriums and refineries. And this foul-smelling chemical manufactorum seems to take the waste from several sectors, as well as like overflow from the plasma generators and promethium refineries, and distills it into various plastics and biochemicals to be used here in the Hive.
Charming.
Very charming, you know, they've got to make the use of it. Very quickly it comes to an armoured sort of bulkhead, as this is a pretty secure facility that backs out onto these large gangways with, again, trucks and transports coming and going. And as you approach, you can see, again, there's a series of guards who, as they see this very strange crew approach, will just be like, "What's your business?" They'll say, forgive us, honourable sister, but the factory, what business have you inside?
The Emperor's business.
I'm sure of that, my lady, I'm sure, but our bosses, we're not supposed to let any unauthorised personnel inside.
I think you'll find that we have the proper authority. Please stand aside.
This would be more of a persuasion. You're being quite nice to them, I think. Unless you're intending it to not be nice.
Can I be intimidating by sheer virtue of the fact that my face is now half burnt off?
Oh, that's very true.
And
yeah,
very
if you
scary.
would like to make an intimidation, absolutely.
I'm friendly,
you can.
but in a very frightening
These guys are not like the dock enforcers. These actually look like pretty put together soldiers. Okay. They have got the the nice armor on. They seem to be fairly disciplined, so they're not maybe going to be as easy to intimidate in your goal.
We'll see about that.
We'll see.
Oh.
Yep. Oh dear.
My goodness, that's not great.
Now.
Yes.
I'm very angry.
Yes.
And I've not used a wrath yet.
You haven't used it yet. You may
re-rolling
re-roll.
it.
Yes, please do.
What?
Oh no! Steve,
that's incredible.
A complication on your wrath die I see there as well.
Spit blood.
You can't win them all. Yes, well, in my attempt to be intimidating, I look just incredibly unintimidating because I'm so wounded.
So here's the thing, right? You are intimidating.
Yes.
We can't get away from that. You are a mighty and intimidating presence. But I think that these guards seem to be more afraid of their superiors, but also that complication that you've just got there. They sort of like look to like a cogitator, like Vox system on the side of the door, and they'll go over to it and they'll be like, "Bear with us, sister," and they head over and they'll be like, and they're kind of mumbling into the Vox, and you would see that the machine spirit of this system does not seem to want to translate the message. Like they're actually having trouble, and they're like, "We're so sorry, we can't let you in, even by Emperor's business. We're just trying to do our duty, my lady. I'm so sorry." And they're like avoiding looking at the sister when they say this, but you can see that they're keeping their arms ready.
I'll step forward. Under whose authority are you denying us entry?
Well, the manufactorum is privately owned by House Yarrow, sir, and we've been instructed that only authorized person. It's very dangerous inside, highly toxic chemicals, lots of expensive machinery, and the local Magos is very funny about unauthorized personnel. Doesn't want anyone interfering with the holy work of the Omnissiah that takes place here.
Nonetheless, we do have the authority of an order of the sisters here.
I'm afraid that the Ecclesiarchy and the Ministorum, I'm afraid, sir, that we just can't let you in. That's not, it's not good enough, I'm afraid.
Oh, I nearly forgot. I've still got my ID card from old
Jensen
Bors.
Yes. So you want to try and pass yourself off as Jensen, or?
Is there a photo on it?
No, but it has a name, and it might be that they know who Jensen is. You don't know. It might work. You don't know.
Should we give it a go?
I want to see Scum try.
Okay. Well, yes.
Sure.
So utterly forgot. Here you go.
They'll examine it. Let's just do this as a straight luck. I want to see it just on pure luck. Do these guards know who Jensen Boards is? Okay. Can you just roll your wrath die for me?
Just a wrath die.
Yeah. And I'd say that on a 4 or 5, absolutely they believe it. On a 6, they might even be willing to give you something more. On a 1, a 4. So they'll look you over and be like, oh, sorry, Chief Line Operator, you can go in. But it's very much like he's authorized to go in. This is not going to get the whole team in as it stands.
Yeah, so as you say that, he is our expert. He is supposed to be showing us this facility. And here you are standing in our way. And this is really rather tiresome. You wouldn't want me to have to speak to your superiors directly, would you?
Give me an intimidation. 100%, Haythan, absolutely.
Okay, intimidation. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, it's just going to be the 3 dice.
Okay.
Plus a 4th dice.
Plus the glory. Where's my token?
I really hope someone's keeping a running tally of how many he's used.
Well, I mean, do you roll a wrath die in those things?
This would involve a wrath die?
No.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, well, that one has a 1 on it.
Right. I did
roll a 6 as well.
I should also point out, you can never re-roll the wrath die. If you roll a 1 on a wrath die, you can't re-roll it. So you could spend a wrath to re-roll all the others.
Well, I've got 1 6. Well, technically 2 successes.
Unfortunately, 2 successes is still not going to be enough. These guys are pretty determined in their duty, and with that complication, now you can see that they're like, no, sir, sorry, Magos's orders. And I think that the machine spirit, they sort of, the one who's closest to the Vox will tap something on the cogitator, and you see it's not just these 2 enforcers. Like, there are armed servo turrets that like and are now like and they're like, we're gonna have to ask you to back off. And they'll say, come on, Chief, and they'll chain you through. If he's your expert, come back another time. But we haven't heard anything about any sort of inspection. We've not heard about any business that the Magos has. And they're very much now their suspicions raised.
I eye up the servo turrets and sort of look to you just to make sure that you've seen what I'm seeing. Well, this is unfortunate, but I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
If you like, we can give a word. We can send a message to the Magos that somebody would wish to come and speak with them. Perhaps a meeting can be arranged.
Well, Vorch will have to. Sorry, what was the name on the card? Not Vorch,
Jensen Boars.
Yeah, Boars?
Boars.
Well, Boars here will have to relay the information we require.
That's acceptable.
And I sort of gesture for you to go in, and I take a step back.
I'll shake your hand as you do.
Yeah.
Just slip you one of my.
Oh, yeah, you do have the two. You do have the 2 Vox beads.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got one in, and Vorch has got the other. So yeah, you are let through by these 2 guards. The big armored bolt doors. As Vorch, you step inside. The guards, their hands on their combat shotguns, keeping a very close eye on what the rest of you are doing.
Yeah, I sort of walk off. I sort of go back down the
walkway,
corridor,
the gangway.
And then as I'm walking, I'll whisper to you 2, maybe we can find another way in.
It does seem to be like this is multi-layered,
yeah, I mean,
and you can see that there are like conveyors and pipes that are going inside. The pipes maybe don't look the most pleasant way to get inside, but perhaps these conveyors and things like that. There will probably be a system to get involved.
Well, I'm a chief line sluice operator.
Yep.
Oh,
can
you're
sluice
going to
right in.
operate the sluice.
Yeah, operate the sluice.
So, Vorch, Agent Vorch. You make your way inside Opus Venom 88. You find just rows of quite a vast complex. And when you get inside, another enforcer who was overhearing the conversation through the Vox will say, oh, if you want to speak to the Magos, sir, he's in the administration office, and points in a direction for you to follow to go there. But as you're making your way down, you just see rows and rows of these enormous vats and pipes that lead into them and pipes that lead out of them, and crisscross gangways in these almost cathedral-like structures that rise up high above you. You can see a mixture of servitors who are literally stirring or mixing these great vats, or seem to be sifting debris out of them, in various kinds of debris, sifting them out of them. Some of them appear to be working machinery, mixing them, turning them into like high quality plastics and things like that. But you also would notice that there are sort of troughs, the sluice lines, where there are human workers who are basically scanning them for refuse and things like that, but also checking like dials and filtrations and things like that, as all of this stuff is being filtered off into various purposes. Nobody really seems to pay you much mind here. It's mostly mindless servitors and laborers who are too exhausted or just too uninterested to really look your way. But you do see that there are quite a few like enforcer guards, similar to the ones that you saw outside. Armor, flak armor, combat shotguns, that kind of thing. Patrolling, walking up and down, kind of keeping an eye on the workers here and there. But eventually you would come to the administration offices, making your way up on a short, like little grav lift into a large perspex windowed thing that looks out onto the main sort of compound of this thing. Inside there are two figures, very easy to recognize. One in red robes, emblazoned with the holy symbol of the Omnissiah, Mechatendrites kind of adjusting and working on some sort of cogitator. Magos of the Adeptus Mechanicum, but also sat in a chair rifling through paperwork and data slates is a much older human man who appears to be sort of rummaging things and sort of looks up and, "Can I help you, sir?"
Hello.
What business brings you here?
Well,
You're not one of our workers.
What? I'm not.
I don't recognize you.
I've just got here recently.
Ah.
Been transferred.
Is there some sort of issue?
No issue as such. I've been trying to. Why is my voice going posh?
It's because I'm doing a posh
My voice box is broken. I had some issues with the guards outside. My accomplices weren't able to.
Accomplices?
My crew.
Right. Your workers?
Yes, unable to gain access. You see, they've come on a maintenance check on the old sluice pipe.
Magos, is there an issue with the sluice pipes? I cannot confirm. I do not believe that there are any known malfunctions within the sluice works of the system.
Oh no,
Administrator.
The pipes themselves are fine. It's those bloody human workers downstairs not paying attention.
Ah, the weak flesh. Yes, of course, that is the issue.
Always.
I am telling you, Administrator, we need to replace the human workforce with more servitors. They are far more reliable.
Well, yeah. Well, that's yes, exactly. The replacements weren't allowed in. They were denied entry.
There are servitors waiting. Excellent. I've been waiting for a delivery of servitors.
No, they're not servitors. They're here to replace the human workers. We can only get our hands on so many servitors. These ones will do for now. We'll replace the human workers that are there currently, according to my data slate here. Yes.
So with all of this, I would like a deception roll. Just let that continue for a minute.
I myself need some maintenance done on my old voice box, you see. Magos.
4.
Your augmetics are malfunctioning.
A little bit. I had a tumble earlier on, you see. Physical damage. 3 successes out of 4.
3 successes. This Magos, I don't think he particularly cares. So he's like, very well. If these minor issues are not of importance to me, Administrator. We must ensure that the holy work of the Omnissiah continues. I do not like these delays. Deal with this matter immediately. And you see the old man just sort of, very well. You say that these workers are being detained outside.
Yes, they weren't allowed through from the old security guard downstairs.
Oh, very well. Picks up a Vox off the thing. Conrad? Yes. This is the Administrator. Administrator Conrad, yes. Who are these workers that are waiting outside? Let them in. What do you mean? Don't be ridiculous, man. One of them's not a sister of battle.
Yes, a worker. Yes.
Definitely armed worker.
Don't be ridiculous, man. I don't pay you for this sort of nonsense. Let them in. Outside, don't know how long you waited or like lingered around, but yes, eventually, after a few short minutes, you hear this conversation on the Vox, and they go, "But sir, I don't think they're workers. One of them's a sister of battle, sir." Very, very well, administrator.
Play with a knife.
Well, workers. I guess you've been allowed entrance. Opens the door as you are permitted inside.
As I pass, may the light of the Emperor find you.
Yes, Emperor protects, sister. They're like, we don't get paid for this. Whatever. Like, let them in. Like, we've done our job. It's not our problem anymore. The administrator told us to let them in.
Yep. I imagine Kradd sort of shares a look at them, being like, the gun.
They sort of just nod wearily to you as well. And yeah, you are let inside. Do you linger in the administrator's office, or are you going to go?
Oh, no, praise be to the Omnissiah. Thank you very much.
Praise be to the Omnissiah. We need more workers like this administrator, far more who understand the weaknesses of the flesh and the importance of efficiency within the system. And you hear him sort of mumbling, and this administrator just lets out this heavy, very weary, tired sigh, and just continues on, basically going through his data slates and things. As Vorch returns back more to the sort of main factory floor.
It's the Augmetics that did it, I reckon.
Yeah,
Flesh is weak.
It did seem to take quite a shining to you, the old
don't blame him.
Yeah.
Can't wait till he meets his new workers.
But yeah, perfect. So yeah, you reconvene out on this big, and it is this enormous structure, almost like a cylinder with all these cross gangways, and it reeks in here. It is foul smelling, a mixture of chemicals and promethium mixed together, but also like refuse and wastewater and all sorts of vile, disgusting elements here as well.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum. Gotta love that hive city living. Yeah. But yeah.
What do we do now? We're in this place. Got in, now what?
Perhaps we can get to a data terminal that's not being used. See if we can find anything.
I sort of as silent as I can without any eyes, sort of make you aware of all of the more armoured guards that are on the gantry upstairs, just in terms of like being wary.
I'm trying my best to make myself as unimposing as possible.
You're gleaming white armour.
Yeah.
Can we grab some just like stuff, like rags and things from about the place?
Yes.
Just to sort of cover ourselves a bit.
We've got a sister of battle with us.
I feel like gloves. If someone's really far away and you've got like, I
would say that you do your best, making your way.
There might not be anything around, but I'm just.
I think it's definitely there's only so much you can do.
Okay.
You can do things like hide your las gun, and you and Haythan are fairly easy to disguise as potential human workers. Vorch fits in very well, like again covering up even the augmentics don't seem to be too much of a problem, but yeah, Sister Seraphina, unfortunately, very difficult to hide her nature.
I'm your bodyguard.
Yes.
Yes.
You do notice that the enforcers patrolling are taking a very close watch of you, and you can see that they've all got like Vox beads, that sort of like next systems that they can call in if they need to. And yeah, there does seem to be a bit of a round robin call, like, is anyone else seeing this Sister of Battle? The administrator said, what? Yeah. All right, and then that's it's kind of going around, but it definitely keeping a close eye on you for any suspicious activity.
Okay.
If you're going to try and find a data terminal, I might just take a wander by myself to try and distract people because they seem to be staring at me a lot.
I mean, definitely it does help in another way of like, the eye is drawn for sure.
Yeah.
So is the plan you want to kind of find some sort of cogitator or data terminal and sort of try and hack in and find out what you can find?
Sure. Yeah. The ID card might work.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah. So it's like a long silver cylinder, basically, with like the information of who it is, and then a series of not quite a QR code, but like little engravings and indents.
Yeah.
So it's like a key, but it's
smart key.
Smart key kind of thing. Okay. You make your way over. Give me. I think that this would require a stealth roll from the three of you guys, Haythan, Kradd, and Vorch. I'll add on, you get a free bonus die because the sister is drawing a lot of attention.
Yeah, I'm now no longer trying to be unimposing.
With wrath die as well, please.
Oh, with the wrath die?
Yes.
I have three passes.
Three successes.
I have 3 passes.
No complications or anything on it?
No, thankfully.
Should I just say one of those was
Sure, yeah.
rather than take the advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, so I get 3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah. So you avoid any sort of main undue attention, right? You've managed to kind of slip away. The enforcers are keeping their eye on the sister. You get very quickly lost in amongst these quite claustrophobic, like when you get away from the main gantryways, you're like squeezing between like pipes, and very foul-smelling liquid might occasionally drip down, like landing on your shoulders and things like that. As you make your way into this rat's nest of like terminals, you see a lot of the workers have that same glassy-eyed expression on their face.
Interesting.
And they sort of, huh? Who are you?
We're just part of an inspection crew. Carry on.
Okay. And they sort of go back to it. You can see, though, that all of these workers here, much like the ones that attacked you, given most Hive citizens are malnourished and not particularly well looked after, they do look rather like robust. There's muscle to them. There's quite bulky. They seem strong and fit. But they're something about their expression and their demeanor, almost like dulled of senses or dulled of mind, like, okay. And then they just go off on their own. Very low energy, very supplicant. But it doesn't take you long to find like a sort of small cogitator, implant the key. And it will give you access to some systems, mainly maintenance records for the sluice lines and things like that. But will certainly help you get into the system. So yeah, what's the plan here? Do you want to try and like hack in? Or?
Yeah, so what do we find? Is there a data, obviously there are workers sort of scattered about. Do we spot a data terminal somewhere?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you found one in like the
workers just going about their business.
Yeah.
There's no that we could like follow or like.
You could try, like you could try to, but they all seem to be of a similar kind of nature.
They're just like hammering away, doing
their own work. Sweet. Yeah.
I think we try the terminal, see if we can get any information.
I'm pretty sure that these workers aren't exactly corpus mentis. You know what I mean?
Although some of them look more nourished than half a guard platoon. So what's going on here?
Nourished on what exactly?
Exactly.
Well, let's be. Let's be quick, shall we? So what do we see on the screen? Like
so as you play the game, it kind of the cogitator screen goes green and black, and it will say it will identify as sluice line chief Jansen Bors request. And then it's like a blinking, flashing thing, and there is like a small input keyboard for you to like put in a request, basically, of what it's kind of like a what do you want it to do? It's a command prompt.
Would every person have their own like work communications, I suppose, if he was like a sluice line manager?
Probably to his like manager, like his superiors. Yeah.
Effectively, can we hack his emails?
Yeah.
See if he's had any weird communications.
Yeah.
So
like
get Big Ed in the van and we're gonna go hunting.
Yeah. And in fact, that's exactly what you find. You find a communication that came down from the name. In fact, actually, unfortunately, the name is obscured. It's redacted. The system will not display the name. For some reason, you don't think that was normal. Like something about this particular name is being like garbled by the system. But it is a report of like, take your loyal men, go to Skiller's Grasp, find Gavel, names them specifically. If not there, keep an eye, interrogate anyone who comes by. Tell me everything you find out, report it immediately. You're off shift until this is done. Basically giving him carte blanche to avoid work shift, basically.
Can we send them a message?
Yes.
Shall we, this little birdie clearly found our mate Gavel, do we suggest we've found something? See if he'll come meet us at the safe house. Pull him out of hiding.
Well, yeah, worth a try.
It is worth a try.
Yeah. Good
thinking, Sergeant.
Okay. So what is the exact message that you send back?
I sort of offer to take over for the data input here.
Yeah. Kradd's very much a blunt instrument, you say.
I'll just say, urgent, stop. Have found information, stop. Need meeting, stop.
Okay.
At safe house, ASAP,
Okay.
stop.
You wait what feels like an unpleasantly long amount of time. This chem plant is unbearably, swelteringly hot. You know, all of you finding yourself very uncomfortable, just waiting, watching this like blinking message. For a long time, it just really the cogitator screen just says sent, and it's blinking sent, and then after a bit of time, it says delivered. You wait a little bit longer, and then text appears. Will not meet you, will not come to that disgusting sector. Come by the house estate, deliver your report to me in person.
That's the response back?
That's the response you get back, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to respond back. Negative, stop. Pact may be compromised, stop. Must meet in neutral location, stop.
At this point...
Because I'm taking it from the pact comes forth as the first line of the...
Nice.
Oh, that's so, yeah.
Obviously I'm...
So the pact is compromised, is what you said.
That's what I said. I said the pact is compromised.
Add an emoji.
You see the message that comes back, pact, ? What are you talking about, Boars? And I think that there's you get the sense that like you're at risk of being rumbled here. Like maybe your style of communication isn't matching. It's a lot more casual. It's not military.
Yeah.
Like this is not like, you know, there's none of that. It's much more conversational.
Yes.
And it's just like, what are you talking about, Boars? What is this nonsense? Are you at the chem plant? ?
No, stop. One of my men is communicating for me from there. Stop.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know which of Boar's morons is sending this message. But tell him I am not coming. I'm not going down to that filthy street. I will meet him at the factorium or at the estate. His choice. Well, I don't know what this pact he's talking about. It's literally like coming through as that, basically.
Okay. I final reply. Stop. Name, neutral location, stop. Okay. You do not want your estate compromised, stop.
Tell Boars I will meet him at the factorium. I have plausible deniability there.
On your head be it, stop.
You get a final message with, when I find out who this is, you're going to be far worse than fired. And that's the message that comes through. Right?
I completely chanced that whole thing.
I want you to find someone to scapegoat, please.
All of Jansen's men are very dead already. But yeah, you send that message, and whatever it is, whoever this is, it seems that they will come here, basically.
They really didn't want to do that.
I'm just wandering the hallways.
Yep.
Still.
Yep.
Yeah, we should go back and find.
I'm just like nodding at servitors.
There's lots of enforcers here. So
there's like a good hand, but it's enough enforcers to look after sort of the workers, basically, make sure they're not up to anything.
Yeah.
So it's, not that many, but
it's
enough.
not like we could find a little like hidey hole. It's quite like patrolled. We can't like.
You could try.
We probably can't set up an ambush here because there's other stuff happening.
Do I, on my travels, just kind of looking around the factory, see anything that looks like it might be a storage cupboard?
A storage cupboard?
Yeah.
I think that there would be some sort of storage unit. Yeah, there's definitely a storage unit like tucked away.
You could hide me in there until you need me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm the trap.
Yes.
Did you just see the Sister get in a cupboard? That's it.
I think that as you're having taken some of this time and things like that, Vorch, you would notice that the Magos is now sort of making a round of the factorium and is sort of analysing things.
I should get in the cupboard.
There's I think that the Magos doesn't see that. and the administrator is sort of following after him with a data slate, kind of checking things off. And they seem to be performing some sort of inspection on what's happening here, basically, as they're going about. There's no real indication from your message, Haythan, of how long this is going to take this person to come here, or whether they're going to come out into the street. But they seem to be on their way.
Well, I turn and I suggest that we watch the entrance that we can.
Yeah, I would.
So back out again.
Well, we'll wait from the inside, but any new person that comes in, we will then be able to see. Right?
Were there any good spots around the outside of the building? Like vacant buildings opposite? We could just sort of,
absolutely. Yeah,
set up
for
a
sure.
little nest opposite and see if anyone goes through the front door.
Easier to hide rather than in a cupboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to hide in the cupboard.
Find the sister. Let's go.
Fantastic. Yeah, you gather up your team. You go find the sister, who is in this very tall, probably filled with like enviro suits and like respirators and things like that.
I open the door and I'm just
angrily staring out. You find the sister and you make your way back out. Are you going to try and go unnoticed outside?
Well, I would say
It's
that
gonna
we try and be
work.
subtle, but
Because the Magos and the administrator are now sort of patrolling these gangways in the main
I don't want
section.
them to see her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's just a little
Well,
bit
you could
too
try and
Oh, hop
stealth,
from
but like
cupboard to
do
cupboard.
the timing, kind of like, okay,
Yes.
they move, like let's go
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Cool. So what I would say is you can either do a stealth roll or an awareness roll. I'd like one from everybody, basically.
I could use my new thing.
Well, that's your passive awareness, I believe.
This is my active
Because
awareness.
some of you did spend your XP on talents, I believe.
We did.
Yes.
So stealth and then awareness?
It's in either or.
Ooh.
Whichever one you like.
I'm really sorry.
Why?
I'm really sorry.
Oh, you should have stayed in the utility cupboard.
Perfect.
Oh
You should have just left me in the cupboard. I told you I wanted to hide in the cupboard. Why did you make me come out?
I love when the dice tell stories.
I did get a critical on my raft die.
Oh,
I got a critical,
great.
but it was a critical
So
fail.
successes,
So
my gosh!
that can introduce some excellent things. Well, you did get a wrath critical, so that is a point of glory. But there's also a complication. What do we do for Vorch?
I had one pass.
One success.
One success, yes.
Not enough.
I
I'm
had
afraid.
3 successes.
3 successes. Kradd is moving fairly unnoticed and stealthily.
3 for me as well.
3 for Haythan as well, including with a critical as well, which is going to be extra. Unfortunately, I'm assuming it looks
I
like
got one pass.
one success, but then a complication.
The complication is I'm a battle sister.
Yeah, I was going to say, for Kate, is this Seraphina just not like being willing to like be like that stealthy, or is this like
Well, I feel like
the Emperor's servant doesn't hide, or is this more like you just make too much noise and
I
are too
think
big?
I'm just too unaware of myself, to
Yeah.
be quite honest. I'm a tool for battle, not a tool for sneaking.
Yes. So as you're kind of making your way, like you're constantly having to duck your head, and like you're waiting for like Kradd
This is
and
not a
Haythan to
building
be like,
that's
okay,
meant
move,
for me.
move. You're kind of made, and then you just the pauldron just catches on and literally rips the pipe free from like, and there's this
Haythan
gout of
winces.
steam, and bang, 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 as immediately like you see the enforcers and the Magos, the Mechatendra. It's like, what is happening over there? Who is this? Sluice Chief, are these your workers? Why are they disrupting the system?
Are there any like services near us? Or
Or
other workers?
If you spend a wrath point, there could be.
I'm going to spend a wrath point.
Okay, great.
I'm going to march towards this worker and start yelling at him.
Okay, great.
Look what you done now, you stupid man! Supposed to be sluicing the pipes, not knocking off the pipes.
Sister is
Literally, I'm just standing there like,
still like directing it.
He sort of like beckons the mega. You see what I mean? We were just talking about this upstairs. You can't get the help anymore. They're just knocking everything over.
Can you give me another deception? I really want this to do well, because then it will. Four ones!
Including on the raft.
Can I do a wrath? Can I do my wrath?
you can't
Can't ever re-roll a
critical.
one. You can't re-roll a wrath one. So you could re-roll the rest, but not
Can I
that.
reroll the rest?
But didn't you only have one
Yeah,
wast
you only have
point?
one wrath and you've already spent
Yeah, you
it.
just
Spent
spent
it
it,
to
you
the
clown.
servant.
For
keep hiding.
So you're like shouting at this worker, looks up and is like, I'm not even on the sluice line, sir. And he like looks over, is that a sister of battle? Right? And points, and the Magos is like, an adeptus sororitas. What are you doing here, sister? What brings you to the manufactorum? You are not a worker.
No, but
you
I was
are
brought
a
upon
holy
the
servant
Emperor's order.
of the Omnissiah, of the Emperor.
Yes, the Emperor, who wished it to be that me and my team are here. Would you go against the Emperor's orders?
Of course not, sister. Praise be to the Omnissiah. Praise be to the Emperor. Of course not. You were not allowed entrance to the facility?
No, your workers were absolute buffoons.
I will have them made into servitors.
This is
They will be servitorized then. Which ones?
Probably those two over there.
You just pointed to random workers.
Okay.
The Magos points. The Magos points and is like, enforcers, take them to be servitized. And the enforcers like, yep. And you hear them like, no, it wasn't us, sir, no. And they're literally at gunpoint dragged away to be Labarmeister and turned into servitors.
Right now, as that happens, deteriorated into madness.
The administrator, by the way. Oh, go on.
Haythan steps in and says, sorry, what is this, a tech priest?
This is the Magos, the tech priest. Yeah.
Okay.
You can see the administrator behind him is very
That is
confused.
not necessary. Also, my colleague here was mistaken. It wasn't those two. Let's all calm down, shall we? What actually is happening here is this retinue, and our lady sister here is here to ensure that the ecclesiarchy has appropriate doctrine in this facility. We have been told that perhaps there has been some laxing in doctrine of our religious order, and we are just simply here to ensure that not only the workers are doing their jobs and potentially replaced with servitors, as my colleague has said, but we're also here to ensure that the religious doctrine of the Ladies' Order is being enforced across this working facility, which I'm sure, of course, it is. Of course.
As you say this, I will bring out the book,
Yeah.
my special holy book.
Of the Order of Sister.
Yeah.
So you see, the Magos, they are heavily augmented. They have a big augmetic eye, most of their face. They do still have their mouth and their other eye, but you can see that most of their head has been replaced. There's no hair. It's all just augmetics back there. They have one augmetic kind of clawed hand, and then a human one. You see the human hand comes up to the chest like, layperson, please designate yourself.
I am from the Ministorum myself. My name is Haythan. I am here to, in fact, enable the delivery of more servitor modules for you if I think that that is something which will be appropriate. Currently, I'm rather concerned that you may be servitizing too many of your human workers unnecessarily. That isn't something that, of course, happens here regularly, is it?
You see that the Magos is a bit taken back. Layperson Haythan, the flesh can be fragile. It can be, as you say, it can be prone to weakness. I do not believe that we are over-servitizing our workers. And did you say that there had been some matters of doubt in our holy litanies and services? I can assure you that this is a place of the holy Omnissiah. This is a blessed machine. I would not dare imagine to let anything go unawares. Kradd, you have quite a high awareness, don't you? When all of this talk, especially when Haythan says like there have been rumors that you are not, you see the administrator shrink and is trying to slip away from this conversation.
I sort of walk in his general direction.
Yeah, he kind of like looks over and definitely is like trying to speed, like he is trying to get away from this conversation, but he reacted very strongly to this accusation. The Magos is just like, I assure you, layperson and most honored sister, that is not the case. We are a holy site of the Omnissiah. If there have been reports, please ensure them to me. I will make sure that they are being addressed appropriately. If our workers are not to your satisfaction, we will endeavor to ensure that they are. This is a blessed machine and it performs great works for the Hive City. I would not have anything less.
Indeed, well that will all be going in the report. I'm sure you're about to cease the servitization of those two souls.
Very well. If you do not think if there has been some sort of error in judgment of your other layperson, then very well. And he will dismiss and say, like, enforcers, release them.
Sometimes his own cogitators misfire. In fact, when I say sometimes, quite often, I'm sure you understand.
Is he in need? Are your augmetics in need of repair, layperson?
Well, quite possibly, but I can self-maintain them.
It does not seem that is appropriate according to your superior. Are you a superior layperson?
I am simply a function of the Emperor's story.
Are not we all layperson, Haythan? Are not we all but cogs in the great machine of the Imperium? And he bows his head, and you can see that he seems to be very authentic and genuine.
I am speaking in High Gothic the entire time, though, as well. So I'm hopefully adding a little bit of credibility to what's being said.
Yes,
Mr. Admin.
What do you want to do about him? Because if he's going to try and sneak away.
Yeah, you're all ensconced in chatting to. Because I don't want to make a scene and just bolt after him, because obviously then it might cause.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to make a scene because that would draw
Are you? Because I've not noticed this yet. If you alert me, then
yeah, because I almost want to try and get.
If you did alert me, I will put my hand on his shoulder.
Because how close to?
I would say he's actually moved away from the group because you're all having this conversation.
I've got a sense he's slightly out of
He's out he's walked away and you've clocked him he's leaving the scene, but you've clocked him and now you're kind of keeping pace.
Yeah,
but neither of you could. The first one who runs is going to draw attention to it.
Because I kind of also if we could get him on his own, I kind of want to potentially do some proper Inquisitorial.
Well, you could follow him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'd probably just keep pace with him.
Yeah.
If I bolt, then he'll do a runner and we can be stopped all the rest. I'm just going to casually follow him.
So if you keep pace to him, he eventually reaches a bulkhead door, kind of an automatic bulkhead door, steps through it that seems to lead back up into the administration area. Yeah. And as soon as he sees you coming, and he's doing that lift thing where he's close.
Yeah, okay.
But you step through at the last minute. Big, strong soldiered arm holding the door in place. Excuse me, and then you step kind of through. Oh, hello, worker. This is very inappropriate. I have important business to attend to.
I don't think we've been introduced, lad. Would you like to come have a chat with us?
He looks around. Do you want to give me an intimidation roll on this?
We're all trying to be so intimidating.
Oh,
Wrath, don't forget as well.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure you include it.
Please. Hopefully that does a lot of the heavy lifting here. Oh, I've got 2 successes out of my 2 dice.
2 successes.
One's half dice? No.
I would say that he is not a particularly brave man, excuse me. He is not a particularly brave man, so he is definitely cowed by this, sort of glances over. What is your name? Worker? No, you seem a more military man. Enforcer?
Certainly not a worker. Right, let's go. You follow me, there'll be nothing to worry about, all right? We're just going to have a little chat with my friend, the sister.
Oh no, I don't, and he's...
Wants to congratulate you on being extra pious. It's all above board, don't you worry. I'm sure you've got nothing to hide, right? And I sort of casually swing the las just enough to be
when he sees that, his eyes go wide. He's like, no, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. Why don't perhaps your companions and myself could go up to my office and have a private conversation. It's
more than okay.
From the Magos and the workers and all of that.
You stick with me and I'll be right along.
Very, very good. Well, what is your name?
My name's Kradd.
Very well. Kradd. I am Administrator Brontis. Pleasure to meet you. We'll have a nice, polite conversation. There's no need for... You can put that down, son.
And my knife.
A knife as well. Very good. Yes.
Because have you guys noticed me leave?
Well, I don't have.
I think at this point you now notice him coming back with this.
I'm having almost a loud enough conversation.
Yeah,
sort of
but you can also see Kradd's got his arm around the administrator, and maybe underneath the Laz is just kind of very casually, the knife is being held. He's casual conversation. Come this way with me. But the enforcers don't see this as you kind of step up, and the Magos is very not apologetically. You don't get the sense that the Magos is willing to apologize, but is kind of inferring yes, we perform rituals almost every cycle, once or twice a cycle. We ensure that we have a chapel to the Omnissiah here in sight, and it's kind of going through all the things that he is doing.
Yeah, and I've got my data slate out at this point.
Beep.
Miming putting things in.
I want to get your attention,
Oh, well, that seems to be quite in order. In fact, quite impressive, I would say.
Thank you. We do take pride in our work here. The various needs of the Hive City depend on the great works that we perform here in Opus Venom 88.
You know, I've always had great admiration for the Cult Mechanicus and their efficiency. I'll be sure to pass this on to
You are very wise for a layperson Haythan. And of course, honoured sister. Very well. May I resume my inspection?
Please, I wouldn't want to take up your time. I do need to take up the time of this administrator. He seemed to have scurried off there, I'm sure. Urgent business. And I just, stare through him, looking at him.
Yes, quite urgent.
Yes, perhaps you'd like to take us somewhere for a chat.
But we should go up to the office for a private conversation. I have a delightful bottle of Amsec we can have a glass of and a discussion. A very civilized, gentlemanly conversation. Everyone, Brontis, everyone. The Magos does not care. He's just like, very well, administrator.
Bye-bye.
And just does not pick up on the social clues of what's going on
look
here.
at you two, and I'm like,
And the Magos and his guards happily go on their way investigating things as you...
I'm gonna check my shoulder pad is
Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine.
scum off it.
as we're walking.
Ceramite is far harder than anything.
It's almost like ugh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, you make your way back up to the office that Vorch you had headed up into before. You can see that there are rows of data terminals, cogitators, records, book records as well, and also a little drinking cart with the fine bottles of brandies and Amsec and things like that all set apart. Brontis kind of gestures for you all oh, yeah, please come in, take a seat. Of course, yes. Picks up the papers, shuffles them. This guy is nervous as hell.
What's he wearing, by the way?
Oh, very fine sort of uniform. Not the uppermost nobility. There's grease stains and little spills and things like that on it. But he kind of dresses himself in a vaguely well-to-do upper administrator uniform.
Are his arms
basically.
and legs covered?
I would imagine that he's wearing a long-sleeved tunic, kind of jacket. Same as his legs. He's wearing full trousers and things like that as well. He's got very, very short cropped hair. He's older. He's probably in his 50s or so. Wears little round spectacles, the pince nez kind of balanced on his nose. And he's just goes over and very shakily pours a glass of Amsec, a big one.
Our friend Brontis here, I think, was so shocked to see a Sister of Battle that during your conversation he started to very swiftly go to this here meeting, I think before his invited guests were ready.
Is that right, Brontis?
I had very urgent business to attend to, reports to file, and ensure that the maintenance of the plant is up to scratch. I thought that you and the business with the Magos was well in hand. I didn't think it needed my particular areas of expertise.
Close the office door and sort of lean against it.
Yeah,
You guys do your thing.
He sees that and lets out a heavy sigh. Who are you? Are you with the gangs? Are you? What is the?
Well, I
what is the
changed
nature
my
of all
tone
of this?
completely, and I say our friend from the estate is on the way. We don't have much time.
Friend from the. You've contacted Lady Candance.
That's right.
Why? Why do?
She's
Oh,
on her way.
oh no! Oh, this is. What? Are
What
you?
the bloody hell is going on with? What was the guy's name? Sorry.
Jansen Bors. Jansen Bors. Sluice Line Chief. Oh, this must be that business. Oh, I was afraid that something was going on, but I did not want to look too deeply into it. Lady Cadence is not a very pleasant woman to know.
Well, you're about to answer to her, but first you'll have to answer to us.
He looks over at the sister. Yes.
You wouldn't want to allow any whisperings of heresy to continue.
Goodness me, no, heresy, no. My lady, I assure you it cannot be anything like that. Smuggling, drugs trading, something like that. I know that Lady Cadence has been working with some of the more, rougher workers, and there have been some trades, shipments of waste materials that were supposed to have been destroyed by the Magos. She asked me to manage the books to make it look like they had been successfully destroyed when they were delivered to a shuttle to take them elsewhere. I don't know anything about that. I know that she requested Bors and some of the workers for. She just said it was for work-related matter, house-related matter. I don't know anything more than that. I've been assuming it's some sort of drugs with the underhive or gangs or something like that. A heresy, my goodness, no. By the Emperor, no.
But still criminal activity that you're allowed to flourish within your establishment.
Honoured sister, please, you must understand, here in the hives, it's very difficult to make anything work without involving these sorts of illegal... I try my best. I try not to be involved. I myself am not involved in any way. But Lady Candence, her family owns the plant, and you can see he nervously is like rubbing at his like forearms as he's speaking. Yeah. He's like rubbing his forearms, remembering, almost like kind of very nervously holding them closely.
What's wrong with your arm?
Oh.
Show me your arm. It's not a request. I put my hand on his wrist.
Yeah, you pull the sleeve up. You kind of probably, sounds like you're expecting to see the tattoo, but what you see is horrific chemical burns all down one arm.
Immediately you're like, recoil.
You see this, Haythan, and I think you and Vorch, perhaps the most accustomed to this. This doesn't look like an accident. This looks like somebody's done that to him, like has plunged his hand into chemicals or acid or something like that, and he quickly like covers it up. As I said, Lady Candence is a rather unpleasant woman, and sort of hides that back. And you see he's absolutely admonished at this point. I think that it is at this point that a little blinking light on one of the screens, beep, 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 as you see that outer door, as a woman with servitor bodyguards and several other enforcers has arrived and is like silently barking an order at the guards, who then open it, and she makes her way inside. She's quite a bulky woman with quite greasy curled blonde hair. Her face is quite distended on one side, almost like it's kind of melting off almost. And she has like various pimples and warts and other unpleasantness about her. Quite a big heavy-set woman as well, as she kind of stomps her way towards this, and you see the administrator Brontis like, it appears that the Lady Candence has arrived. And that is where we're going to bring today's episode. Thank you so much for watching us, everybody. This has been Wrath and Glory, Warhammer 40k TTRPG. I've been your Games Master, Mark Sherlock Humes, joined by the wonderful Tabletop Tactics team. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a fun little roleplay heavy one. Some very clever ideas, some very hilarious twists. Always keeping you on your toes. That's good players. Yep. But yeah, we'll have to find out what happens with this Lady Candence and the Chem Factory next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Coming up next time on Wrath and Glory.
But the servitor falls into one of these vats, bubbling.
Little thumb.
Would you like to do a jump
of 2 meters?
Are you going to jump over me?
I want to jump over the danger.
This is what your automatic legs were built for.
Jump over the gap here to then tackle our escaping
I love that. It burns really hot, and just reflexively your kind of arm spasm, and the las goes tumbling down.
No!
Oh no! Rich, that's not gone well.
What?
That's not gone well at all.
How do I do this?
Sorry. I've done something very stupid.
No, I love this. I just want to...
Are you loving our Wrath and Glory and want to see us make even more? You can get the next 2 episodes early right now by supporting us on demand. Members gain access to all of our exclusive RPG seasons, including our Call of Cthulhu and Dungeons & Dragons campaigns. Signing up is easy. Download our mobile app on Apple or Android, or sign up directly on our website. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on demand.